IND versus ENG inspiration behind Ben Stokes' leadership and high work rate is a Brad Pitt movie. England captain Ben Stokes is said to have gotten his biggest leadership lesson from a Brad Pitt war movie. Fury is about a U.S. Army officer taking on the Germans in World War II. In an iconic scene from the movie, Pitt, playing Tank Commander Don War Daddy Collier, tells his men to retreat as he plans to guard the post alone. This was his way of telling them that the mission was too dangerous. After a moment of hesitation, every soldier lines up behind Pitt. I would never ask somebody to do something that I wasn't prepared to do. Have you seen Fury? The bit for me that stands out is when he tells them all to leave and is just going to stand there and fight on his own. Stokes had once told the Times cricket correspondent Michael Atherton, "This India-England series has been Stokes' Fury. For an England captain, leading from the front means doing the dirtiest of jobs. Today morning, England needed to be cautiously aggressive. They wanted quick runs, but they couldn't afford to throw wickets. Overnight, the home team was 544-7, leading by 176 runs. England wanted a lead of about 300 to bat out India from a game and put them under scoreboard pressure. So who would take the lead? Who else but Stokes? The two Indian new-ball bowlers Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj were much better today. The pitch, too, was showing life. But Stokes planned his assault well. It was easy to decide who he would take on. Siraj it would be. On his second ball of the day, Stokes would step out and drive through covers for 4. The next Bumrah over, he would get to play a couple of balls and move to the other end, where he would wait for Siraj's second over. Once again on the second delivery, he got an over-pitch ball. Stokes would lean into it, go on his knees and blast it through cover. He held his pose as Old Trafford stood up and applauded. The Stokes show had commenced. The plan to score quickly, pile runs and put India into bat was on track. Here was a captain who would first draw the blueprint and also get into overalls to put in place the brick and mortar. In the first session, Stokes would hit 5 4s and 3 6s to compile a quick 100. The hands-on captain had once again set the tone and others had followed. Liam Dawson, 26, 4x3, and Brighton Cars 47, 4x3, 6x2, followed the path that their captain had shown, and India close to lunch were trailing by 311 runs. In the first session, England had scored 115 runs in 22 overs. Once again, the captain had run the hard yards. It has been the same with the ball, too. In this series, he has bowled over 125 overs, surely not the most in his team, but he bowled the longest spells in the toughest conditions. At Lord's on the final day, it was anybody's game. India was closing in on the total. England couldn't afford to have bowled loose bowls. It was a game Jofra Archer was returning to international cricket after a long break. Stokes was to take the role of a strike bowler. Once again, England needed someone to strike the perfect balance, a bowler who can attack but not give away runs and also take wickets. It was in the second innings that Stokes bowled the most number of overs, 24. There were a couple of marathon spells in the heat of London. After one 9-over spell, he bowled unchanged for 10 overs. He didn't let off the pressure on India. In the first spell, he got KL Rahul, and there came another important strike at the right time, when Ravindra Jadeja and Jasprit Bumrah seemed all set to pull off a miracle. There were many worried English faces around the ground. That's when Stokes became the tank commander from Fury, took it upon himself to close the game. The English captain would dig deep and bang a ball short. Bumrah would try to pull and get out. At Lord's, Stokes bowled 24 overs in the second, after his 20 in the first. Old Trafford, too, hasn't eased his load. On the first day, he bowled 14 overs and 10 the next day. England needed to restrict India, and Stokes' 5 wickets went a long way in reducing them 583. A 5er and 100 in one test. Stokes has been the hands-on captain in this crucial game. For his Lord's effort, Stokes would win praise from the rival camp. Siraj would say, "If you can learn from someone, there is no shame." Ben Stokes bowled 2 spells of 10 overs each, and hats off to him. Even today, after the England captain was leaving the field after his 100, Siraj would run across and shake his hands. The only player who can match Stokes' charisma in this series is Rishabh Pant. The Indian wicketkeeper has shown in the series he too can change games by doing the dirtiest job in the most beautiful manner. Now that Pant is out, Stokes the showman has a stage all to himself, and the rest of the England cast is just repeating his moves.